If you're autocrossing a 79 to 04 solid axle Mustang, then you know as well as I do that the stock suspension is plagued by several factory installed flaws. I'm referring to uneven weight balance, chassis flex, built-in understeer, and throttle-induced oversteer. I lovingly call these flaws fox body problems. Here's a perfect example. But fox body problems didn't just disappear in 1994. They stuck around in the SN95 and New Edge Mustangs. Unfortunately, these problems exist in all 79 to 04 solid axle Mustangs. Because the late model Mustang is one of the most modifiable cars ever built, I'm seeing more and more 79 to 04 Mustangs at autocross events. I also meet a lot of Mustang owners watching the events, wanting to participate, but they don't because they think they need to spend a ton of money completely rebuilding their cars just to get around the cones. From coilover conversions to 5 links to torque arms, there are a lot of ways to get the front end to turn and the rear end to stick. But those mods require other parts. All in, they can cost anywhere from $1,000 to over $2,000. If you want to autocross your Mustang, but you don't want to break the bank, there's a cost-effective way to solve your fox body problems. Best of all, these mods are legal in every SCCA autocross class. I use adjustable shocks and struts on all my autocross Mustangs. They adjust easily from a single point at the top, which means you can make changes between runs without having to crawl under the car. You'd be amazed at the difference in firmness between settings. Adjustable shocks and struts help control weight transfer and allow you to influence understeer and oversteer. A good set will cost you around $650. The shocks and struts take about 3 hours to install. Make sure to support the A-arms and the rear axle with a jack to keep tension on the springs, or they can fly out of the car and seriously injure you. Carefully follow the instructions in your shop manual or have the work done by a professional. You might need an alignment afterward. Sway bars are the most personal suspension choice on a car. For my money, the most effective bang-for-the-buck option on the market is Steeda's adjustable rear sway bar. It's probably the best $150 you can spend on a solid axle Mustang. Here's why. These end links allow you to dial in understeer and oversteer. 1 or 2 threads in either direction makes a difference, so there is finesse to this adjustment. I like to adjust out the factory understeer and get the car neutral, which lets me attack the cones with confidence. If I do want some oversteer, my right foot can make it happen on demand. Steeda provides great instructions for installing and adjusting the sway bar. If you know how to use a drill and you can turn a wrench, you can install the sway bar in about an hour. Unfortunately, subframe connectors of any kind will keep you out of street class, which is where you want to be with a stock Mustang when you're first starting out. If you decide to keep autocrossing and you want to move up in class, a good set of full-length subframe connectors should be your next mod. When you autocross a stock 79 to 04 solid axle Mustang, you're asking the car a question it doesn't know the answer to. Those fox body problems are fighting you in almost every element on a course. Being able to control weight transfer and understeer means getting specific, confident feedback from the car. As you get familiar with the adjustments, you can create tight and open course settings for the shocks and sway bar and compensate for different grip levels at various venues. And, because the adjustments are easy to make, in 5 minutes you can change the personality of your car to suit the course. I used adjustable shocks and struts and Steeda's adjustable rear sway bar up against coilover and torque arm equipped cars for years, in my Fox body and my New Edge Mustang. I've won some and I've lost some. In the process, I put these parts through their paces and I can tell you they're worth every penny. Remember, it's not about spending the most money, it's about spending the right money and getting out there and enjoying these awesome cars. I hope these tips help you get your Mustang to an autocross soon.